Hi everybody, welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I potty trained my 2-year-old son. Now, this is not going necessarily a certain method that I used, this is just my experience and I'm sharing it with you. And so basically what I'm going to be doing in this video is just sharing with you guys some tips and tricks that I learned along the way, and just to kind of tell you what worked for us, and hopefully this helps some mamas who are really just questioning whether their child is ready, or what to get, or what not to get, or what are some struggles. Are they normal? Is it normal? Just a lot of different things that I want to talk about, and all centered around potty training. So I hope that this video is helpful, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so to start this off, I'm just going to kind of share with you guys some obvious signs that my son was ready to be potty trained. A lot of you out there are like, well, how do you know when your child is ready? And there are some obvious signs. Like if your child's coming up to you and saying, Mommy, Daddy, I need to go potty, that's an obvious sign right there. Another obvious sign is if they really hate going in their diaper and keep taking it off, and or another one is when they start watching you go to the bathroom and like being really interested. That's another really obvious sign. And those signs, Judah, my son, had all of them kind of. He had them a little different, like with the diaper, he would never take it off, but he didn't like going in his pants. And so that was a big sign. He didn't like it anymore. He thought it was uncomfortable. And then he also was very interested in what we did when we went to the bathroom. And so he'd start talking about it, and we'd start talking about it with him, and we'd set him on the potty to see if he'd go. Although we did that early on so that he'd get the idea and, get used to the idea of going potty. And he got super scared of the toilet, like freaked out because he felt like he was gonna fall through the hole. Poor kid. Yeah, anyway. So we had to get a potty seat, obviously, but we didn't have one when we tried it when we tried to get him interested. And so anyway, but Judah had all the signs most of the time. He really liked to talk about going in the potty. That's a good sign. And then 2 weeks before we started him, he went in the toilet. He just asked his nana, his grandma essentially, if he could go to the bathroom. And so Tammy, my mother-in-law, took him and he went potty. And I was like, okay, well, there's a good sign that he's probably ready. And so those are some really good signs. Sometimes kids are a little more subtle about it. If your child isn't showing some obvious signs, then I wouldn't push them. Just don't push. We'll talk more about what can happen if you do, but right now, let's move on. All right, so next we're gonna talk about what you'll need. So you need some basic supplies to make the potty training process easy. These are like the bare minimum of what you're gonna need. Some parents do it differently. Some have more items, some have less. It just really depends, but this is what worked for us. So the first thing that I got on my potty training list was a potty seat. Now, a lot of people have different views about this. Some say that just a potty seat on the toilet is fine. Some say, potty seat on the toilet and another like potty chair that you can take all over the house with you. Another thing is like the whole 3-in-1 scenario where it's got like the potty seat and the potty stepping stool thing. Not 3-in-1, I'm not sure anyway. And they say a lot of people like that one because it's got the step ladder and the seat. But bare minimum, just get a potty seat that sits on your toilet. And that's what we did. We didn't actually have a second potty chair. We just did the potty seat, and that worked for us. Another thing that you're going to need, and this is crucial unless you want to lift your child up on the potty every time, I would get a stepping stool. We used was just a spool of burlap twine. Some of you may be laughing and being like, what did you use? But we didn't have a like step stool, and I didn't really want to buy one, and so I was like, well, let's just use this big spool of twine. And so we did, and it works. It's like about the same height as we would need a small step stool. So it works perfect, and it kind of goes perfectly with our style. like just old-fashioned barn, like, you know, so perfect for us. And so just anything like a step stool or something that he can step on to get to the toilet. So anyway, and then another thing you're going to need are just big child underpants. I just got some from Walmart that were cheap, like Paw Patrol underwear for like 2T, 3T size, and make it fun. So like just show them the underpants and be like, ooh, look at the cool underpants that you get to wear. And that can help them really get excited about going in the potty because they don't want to wet themselves, and so they'll get like, they don't want to ruin their underwear, and so get them excited about that. But make sure you buy some good hardy underwear. And then the other thing you're going to need is snacks or treats, something to tell them, hooray, you did a good job, and so a reward. So when the child has gone in the potty, you want to, first of all, what we did anyway, is just say, yay, good job, what a big boy you are. We did that a lot every time he went number 1 or 2, and we would just go, hooray, hurrah, and then we would give him a treat. These treats can be nutritious, they can be, you know, a little bit more on the sugary side and special. We actually went for the more special sugary side because he enjoys chocolate chips, and so we went ahead and gave him, anytime he'd go potty in the toilet, we'd give him a couple chocolate chips. If he went number 1, we'd give him a couple. If he went number 2, we'd give him a couple more chocolate chips to see how, you know, that's just even a bigger reward because of it's a bigger achievement. And so we just kept rewarding him if he did a good job, and we just praised him every time he did. And then if he did have an accident, we tried to not scream and yell at him or do something, you know, where disciplining was involved. This child doesn't know, you know, how to do it right yet, so don't discipline your child for something they don't know what they're doing. Anyway, rabbit trail. But so what we would do is we'd praise him and give him treats. So all right, and the last item you're going to really need is some sort of either books, a tablet, your phone, whatever, to keep them sitting on the potty and occupied. So a lot of times in the first 3 days especially, they're going to be sitting on the potty a lot. And so just having them watch something on the tablet, like a little show, some YouTube songs. I did some of the potty songs on YouTube, which I hate doing really, but it helped him get interested. So I'll do whatever it takes. And so that really helped. But yeah, a tablet or something that they can just hold and watch while they're waiting to go potty. And those are just mainly the first couple of days, because the first couple of days is when they just sit there forever and they just don't know quite what they're doing yet. So something that keeps them occupied. Books are great too. If you're not into the tablet or phone thing, I can understand that. But we did do the tablet a couple times and the phone and books too, but books just weren't a hit with him. So we did the screen time anyway. All right, and the last thing, it's not really a thing, but it's very optional, but I would highly, highly recommend it. Get lots of help. Okay, mama, listen to me clearly here. A lot of kids are hard to potty train. It's not an easy task. It's something that you have trained them. Listen, you have trained them to go in their pants, okay? You did, all right? You put a diaper on the child the moment it was born. You trained it to poop in his pants, okay? So you need to, and so it's just really hard, okay? And so to untrain them something that you train them to do is not easy. And so it's gonna be hard, you're gonna have struggles. The first day I cried a lot. I also have a 9-month-old, and so it was really hard in between her naps, his naps. He made so many accidents, and I was just about ready to give up the first day. So instead of giving up, I actually called my mom, and I have a large family. If you've been on my channel long, you know that. If you're new, I'm the oldest of 9 kids, and so my sisters are old enough to come and help me. And so they came for just 2 days. They stayed a couple nights and they stayed a couple days, and they live like 20 minutes down the road. And so they went ahead and they helped me, because a mama of 2 and trying to potty train, it was really hard, and just draining on me. My husband was at work, he couldn't stay home because we didn't do it on a weekend, we did it on Monday, and my husband only gets off a day or two, and so really it wouldn't have mattered. So anyway, just get lots of help. If you have a mother-in-law who will come and help you for just a couple hours is good. I was lucky and have sisters that were able to come and stay and help. And I know a lot of you mamas don't have that, and I understand, you know, it's just gonna be hard, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. It's okay, all right? It's just gonna be hard. So just help. Just ask for help when you need it, okay?
A lot of us just oh no, we're fine, we can do it on our own. No, you can't.
There's help there for that reason. So anyway, oh, and then there's one thing I totally forgot. There's gonna be lots of accidents, so get some baby wipes. They could be disposable or they could be reusable. For me, I make our own cloth wipes and some soap that I squirt on top of them. And so that's what we used, but the kid is going to pee all over your house, okay? Unless you keep them in a specific area, they're still gonna pee in that specific area, okay? They're gonna have accidents. He had so many accidents the first day, and so we just were doing wipe after wipe after wipe. So you're gonna need towels, you're gonna need wipes, you're going to need extra underwear, you're going to need to wash a lot of clothes too, because he's going to be wetting himself a lot. So anyway, those are the things you're going to need, and so now let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so now I'm just going to kind of talk about the method to our madness. Not really, I'm just going to talk about what we kind of did. So essentially we started on a Monday, and a week ahead I had made sure I bought everything, got everything ready. We had snacks, we had a potty seat, we had toilet paper, we had wipes, we had underwear, we had all the stuff needed, okay? And then I also made sure that we just took that whole week, myself mainly, because Josiah had to work, but to just take that whole week and focus on him. And so I just took that whole week to kind of just stay home. Don't go anywhere, just stay home. So I did. And then we essentially, we started on Monday. First day was the hardest, oh boy. Another thing is just take those first 3 days to just really focus on your kid. I mean, it's gonna be hard. I just want to let you guys know, the first 3 days are the hardest for me anyway. Hardest to get through. That's when they're trying to figure it out, and they're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get frustrated, and you just really need to make sure that you breathe. And so anyway, so yeah, we started on Monday. We took a whole week to just kind of stay home and focus on potty training. And then what I did essentially was I took from his butt down, he was naked. He ran around naked for the whole day. And this kind of helps to get them used to, or gets them to the point where they'll pee on themselves. It's kind of gross, but they'll pee on themselves a lot and they'll hate it. And it gets them to the point where they don't want to pee in their pants, and so they don't want to pee down their legs, and so it gets them to that point where, oh, I need to make sure I go, when I feel like I need to do that, I go in the potty instead of on my legs. And so if they don't like it, they normally won't, they'll try their hardest not to do it. And so anyway, so yeah, from the bottom waist down, he was naked for a full day and a half. We even did that some on day 2. But it just kind of helps them get the idea that they need to go in the potty, and going on themselves is not fun. So that was day 1. Day 1 was also very hard. I did all on my own. I had no help the first day, and that was horrible. But that evening, thank the Lord, Josiah came home and everything went way better, and he actually went in the potty a couple times, which was such a relief. Because I felt like I was failing, and I felt so bad. And so anyway, day 2, we do, the morning together. It's just me and Judah and Kyla, and it goes okay. It was hard, but finally my sisters arrive and they kind of just take over while I take a shower, and that was so nice. And so those next 2 days, we focused. We put all of our energy into him, and we put a lot of time on that potty. And so, it was like the second day, that afternoon, he got it. He just started going to the potty all the time. He was excited to go. He realized that he could get treats if he went in the potty. And oh my word, it clicked, and he was like, this is fun. He still had a couple accidents, but it was a lot easier to catch him before he had an accident with my sisters there to help. So anyway, we did that. And then the 4th day, I actually went to work. I know I said stay home as much as you can, and if you're doing this alone, then yes, make sure you stay home. But if you have help, I went ahead and went to work and left him. My mom came here to watch the kids. And my mom is a mother of 9 children, so she knows exactly what to do, and so she was able to kind of help him. But the rest of the week, I just stayed home and we potty trained off and on. A lot of times he was actually just having a dry diaper, even when he got up from his naps and bedtimes. That's something I actually forgot to mention is do not, unless you really want to, go crazy. But what we did is we didn't potty train. We potty trained, but we didn't night train. And I will night train later. It kind of comes with after they learn how to potty train, they get the drift to actually potty train themselves at night too. They'll start waking up, and most kids anyway. Some kids, especially boys, it just takes them a while to get the whole night thing down. But anyway, we still had him in diapers for naps and nighttime. So we had that, and then it was, I would say he was officially potty trained like the beginning of week 2. And I was so happy and so relieved. It was amazing. Joy would just flood through me, and a relief, honestly. I was just relieved because my son is super stubborn. Like, just, you get out, he's stubborn. And so I thought it was gonna be really hard, and it was, but it was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. So that was nice. So that's kind of our method. That's kind of what happened, what we did. And so now I'm just gonna kind of tell you about some things to take note of and just to take away from what I've said. All right, so before I go, I kind of want to just say a few things to you mamas out there. Breathe. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be really just unsure about things. And just, if I was to give one mama a piece of advice, I would say, just breathe, pray, talk to God, talk to your husband about it, you know? Don't lay it all on him. He's been at work all day, but just talk to people, work through it. Don't push through it. Just work through it little by little and take one day at a time. One day at a time, okay? Don't take the whole week on. That's why I said it could take, anywhere from a week to 2 weeks to a month, it just, take it one day at a time. Slowly and steadily, you'll get there eventually, okay? He will get it. He will. Every child gets it, okay? So just give yourself space and room. Let your husband take it a little bit when he gets off work. Say, honey, I just need a minute to sit. I've been doing this too much. And you'll get frustrated at your child, and that's not good. So just let your husband take over for a little bit, okay? And so just breathe, mama. It's okay. Another thing I wanted to mention here is I am a new mom, okay? I'm not a professional mother. None of us are really professional mothers, but I'm not a seasoned mother, okay? I am a new mom, and so I fail lots of times. And so this advice and stuff and just tricks and tips that I'm giving you guys is just my perspective. It's just what I went through, and other mamas have it differently. Other things work better with each family, and so everybody's different. But this, I hope, was helpful to some of you out there who maybe want to do it more like I did, or have a lot of questions. You guys are like, okay, my kid's getting to that point where they're going to be ready soon, and you just want to watch a video about another mom's experience. This is for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section down below and let me know. Also let me know if you are in the midst of potty training, how's that going for you? And if you are unsure about some things, like I said, leave some questions in the comment section down below. I will link all of the things needed for potty training that I can link in the description down below, so check that out too. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. I will see you guys in my next video.
Uncle Potty!
Say, you're such a big boy.
Get out!
Can you say that you learned how to go potty? Yay! You could go in the big boy potty.
Vic.
Yeah.
Body.
Do you like going in the potty?
Yes.
Yes.
Do let's go potty.
Yes, Judah goes potty.